this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing to you a project recipe today for a summer collection from a couple of years ago. This is for Electric Summer, and Electric Summer, let me double check it because I can't remember for sure, but I believe, yeah, Electric Summer came out in 2020. And it's a super fun, really bright colored collection, and came out with the flip-flop border maker cartridge. Remember that? So we're going to use that today and create a really cute layout for your summer, your beautiful summer pictures, because summer is drawing to a close, but it's not over yet. Not over yet. We're going to do another fun summer layout before we hit fall. So let's see what's in my workspace and get started, okay? Okay, so this is a selection of part of the Electric Summer collection. This is the Electric Summer project recipe that was designed for us, and you can see that they used our punch that punches the cute flip-flops, which is this border maker cartridge right here. So if you are fortunate and you have this in your arsenal, I would pull that out and use it. It is super cute the way it works on this layout. Or if you have from even farther back these footprints, they would work as well and be also very cute along the edges of these. Or if you have the paw prints that came out a couple years ago as well, these would also be cute if you're doing pages for your pets. So use these cute little paw prints or the flip-flops or the feet, and I think you'll find that this is going to turn out really, really cute. I have a selection of stickers and embellishments and one border strip that we can use on this. This was a kit that I had broken down for customers to purchase if they had wanted just a little bit of the collection, and I still had it in my box over there, so I decided to just pull it out and use it since we're doing the Electric Summer project recipe. There is this really, really cute purple kind of flowery page with a stripe on the back, but we're going to use the flowers because I like the tone on tone. We're also going to use this sprinkles page, which would make really cute ice cream topping. So if you have this paper pack, definitely it's got some great things. This one looks like bubbles or water and has some purple starfish on the back, but I like the blue, so we're going to use that blue. Because this was a kit that I had already kind of prefabricated, I went ahead and punched the flip-flop border maker punch already. So I have that down one side of each of these pages. Let's see if we might need to use it on something else. I'm not really sure, but let's take a look here. So our cutting guide calls for using a piece of orange cardstock, a piece of raspberry cardstock, and if you're lucky enough to have raspberry cardstock in your stash, then pull out a sheet of that. It goes wonderfully with this collection. I lost out and did not get an order of raspberry cardstock, so I don't have any of that. But goldenrod or the equivalent of the dark yellow cardstock also matches really nicely, so that's what I'm going to use. And then one piece of designer paper, which is going to be my blue and bubbles, and then these two are going to be my base sheets. So that you know what I've got here on the table. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of set these two base sheets to the side so that they're a little bit out of the way while we get some cutting accomplished. We don't have a lot of cutting to do with this one, but we do have a little bit. Taking a look at the instructions, it does say to let's see. It does say to cut the paper and then use the border maker to punch the short ends of your of your paper. So we're going to just go ahead and cut this and just know that it's going to work, because you'll notice most of the cuts are very similar. You've got a 6 by 10.5 inch piece of each piece of paper, and then there are a couple of additional cuts. Each piece has another 6 by 1.5 inch piece, and this one has a matte, this one has a 3 inch strip, 3 by 12 inch strip. So should be fairly easy to do. Let's start with our designer paper, which is actually paper number 3, the peach color down here. We're going to cut a piece at 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that in half and set this half just kind of over to the side. And we're going to turn this and we're going to cut it at 1.5. So I'm using the grid on the right hand side to measure 1.5 so that I can put the larger bit of my paper against this shoulder and keep it straight. Okay, so then I've got 1.5. There's my 2 large pieces here, piece F, piece G. Now I also need a piece that's 3 by 12 of this, so we're going to cut a 3 by 12. And then the rest of this 3 by 12 can be set aside and used somewhere else. So we're going to just move that over here. Then I'm going to take my orange cardstock and I'm going to turn it so that I can still use my punched flip-flops. You don't have to worry about that as much unless you've already punched your page. But I'm just going to cut this at 6 inches again. And because I already have these punched, I'm going to make sure that I'm cutting through, not cutting through a flip-flop. So let me just adjust just a tiny bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this half gets set aside, and I want, where's that extra piece getting put? Let me see. Piece B is going on piece F. Oh, so I want the piece I cut off to be solid. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a 1.5 inch piece from the opposite end, not the end I've punched, the other end. Okay, so I have my solid piece and I have my punched piece of orange. Okay, so after we have cut, I will tell you when it's appropriate for you to go in and punch, because you will need to go ahead and punch some more of that. All right, so let's see. There's no more on the orange cardstock. You just have these 2 pieces. So with the gold or the raspberry, if you're using raspberry, we are going to go ahead and do the same thing and cut at 6 inches and then turn and cut at 1.5. So we've got those same 2 pieces. And then we also need a piece that's going to be 4.5 by 6.5. So let me just check and see. This is only 6, so we're going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to cut, thank you. Oh, my CM order got here. Woohoo! Okay, thank you, Michael. I'm going to cut this at 6.5 inches. So I'm just kind of trying to work around my already punched area down here, which I don't want to disturb. I just want a regular matte size piece. So I'm going to cut this at 6.5 inches, then I'm going to turn this and cut it at 4.5. Okay, and that is all we need to cut for this particular one. All right, so these are going to be extra. I'm going to toss those over there. Grab my base sheets of paper. and grab my pieces. Let's move back over to see what our design's gonna look like. Let me make sure that's still in the frame so you can see that. All right, so we are going to first determine which of these is gonna back which thing. So each of these little 1.5 inch pieces is meant to go underneath, and I just realized I never told you to punch your flip-flops. So if you haven't done it already, take your Border Maker cartridge, line up your paper, and let me show you how to do that if you've already cut, because this isn't a typical way of doing it. So you're going to want to punch this short side of your 6-inch piece, and if you line it up against the bottom or the top part of your holder, then you should be able to get 3 punches or 6 flip-flops on the edge there. All right, so just go ahead and get those punched only on one edge. You don't need to punch it on both ends, just one. And because we're punching it into cardstock, that enables you to kind of flip this piece of cardstock around so that you can have your footsteps going up the page or footsteps going down the page, depending on what you want, or across the page to the left or across the page to the right. All right, so they've got their yellow or their raspberry underneath their orange to shade it. They've got the let's see, they've got the blue under what is the raspberry, which would be this. And then it looks like there's an area that I should have punched that I didn't. Okay, so this piece of blue I need to punch. I should have noticed that before. Sorry guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you that we need to punch this anyways. So we're gonna line that up in the lower part of my holder. I'm gonna grab my cartridge holder and pop my flip-flops in there and just go ahead and punch 3 sets of flip-flops in the end of my blue paper, blue bubble paper, just like that. Okay. Let me get rid of this stuff. And set that over there. All right. Sorry, I should have just punched that before. I was not thinking straight. Okay. There. All right. So we just need to kind of figure out which colors we want where. So do we want orange under blue, blue under gold, and gold under orange? I think that'll work for our purposes. Works just fine. Okay, we're going to use some repositionable adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and place that repositionable adhesive on the piece that is punched. So just kind of at an angle, kind of across. And then I'm going to take whichever color you decide you like, and I'm going to line it up with the corners of my punched piece of paper. Make sure that it's underneath, nothing is sticking out of an edge, so that it's completely covered. Okay, so there's that one. And we'll do the gold. making sure that I'm using the blue side because I want it to match the blue that I already used. So I don't want the other side. And I can already tell this one is cut just a little long. So I'm just going to trim that off because I don't want to see that. Edge. There we go. Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to do the orange. Again, making sure that it is not over the edge, but it is, so there's nothing I can do about that other than to come in here and just trim off just a tiny bit along the edge so it doesn't show. There we go. All right, now we can go ahead and work on assembling this. Okay, so I'm going to take this 12-inch piece of paper and I'm going to put that over here up the side here. But the way they have it in our sample, they have a border sticker underneath it going up the outer edge. You could put it over the top of the edge or underneath it, whatever you choose to do. It just so happens I have the same one they used in the sample. I didn't really plan it that way, but it's kind of nice when that happens. Sometimes it's nice to see variation too, so I apologize that there's not more variety, but we're gonna use this border sticker, which is super cute with all the water. And we're going to put this up the side. And I like this sticker. I think it would be really cute on top of my border, on top of this 3-inch piece. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my 3-inch piece and then put my border over the top, which is not the way they did it in the sample, but I like it better. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put this about 1 inch from the edge. Okay, so there's that piece. Now we're going to take this border sticker and I'm going to just run it right up. Now you will be able to see it in a couple places, which may be why they didn't do it this way, but it's okay. I want to see that sticker. I think it's cool. And I'm not going to care that I can see the edge of the paper underneath it. All right, so we've got that. Then as our sample goes, we've got the orange going kind of overlapping it this way. And our extra matte up here. And maybe that's not at such an angle. So there's a little more purple. Okay, so like that. And then we've got our other two on our sprinkle paper. These, we've got one going up and one going down. And they're just put at an angle to the point where the flip-flops are not covered up. Okay? And you can fit 2 photos on each one of these. So this layout actually can hold 7 photos, which is pretty cool because they're almost full-size photos. So you're just taking 1/4 of an inch off one end and 1/4 of an inch off the other side, one side and the other side, just to make enough room for a border around. So I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these mats put down. I'm seeing also on the sample that they used another border sticker of an accenting color, which would be really, really nice to do. I don't have those anymore, as this was a kit that was put together. So let me see what I can come up with. I might be able to pull out a totally tonal sticker or something else that we could use in its place. So let's see here. Okay. This layout would be so fun for beach pictures, the way they've got on here, or even a fun pool party, or visit to a recreational water center, a lake. Just the bright colors just remind me so much of summer. Such a fun collection. All right, so I'm just going to put that mat right about there. And let me see what I've got border sticker wise. So while I was on vacation, one of the things I brought with me were these fun, totally tonal embellishments, or border stickers. Sorry, they're not embellishments, they're border stickers. So it might be fun to use some of the purple to kind of pull out some of the purple on this. I'm thinking maybe these chevrons would be cute, or we could use the squiggles. Maybe the squiggles would be better, only because of the kind of fluid theme we've got here with water. So if we used these, and what we'll do, what they've done in the example, you can see they've got a border that's that they've added right here, right along the punch area, and here. So what we would do is just take this border and go right to the edge of the cardstock and come right on down to the edge of the cardstock again. Use your precision point scissors so you can cut right along the edge, and that'll be perfect. I like that a lot. Okay, now we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, and then I need this other one so that we can do one more at the top. Right along this one. Sometimes it's fun to look at a design that's done with different colors, and often I have found it looks like a completely different layout when you do it with using a different collection, or you use a different color combination. So just, it's kind of a fun thing to do. All right, so we've got those. Let me just stick this back on here so I can use it again with something else. Come on, grab on there. It's not lining up as well as I would like, but that's okay. Just stick it on there. All right, then we've got these cute little embellishments. I just want to scoot that out of the way so I can lay this out edge to edge and take a look. Our sample that Home Office did for us has an embellishment here, an embellishment here with a matte card, which I don't have any more matte cards, so we could use some cardstock if we want to. And then it's got another one right here, kind of in between two photos that would go in each of these positions. And that's it. There's no other embellishments. So let's see. Maybe I could use some yellow, but I've already got yellow here, so maybe not yellow. Maybe a little bit of the blue. We could cut that and make that into a matte card. I could write in black on top of that and it would turn out, it'd be easy to read. So this is a 3-inch wide piece of paper. I'm just going to cut it at 4 inches to make a little bit of a journal box that we can kind of tuck in and use right here. And then knowing that that's the color that we've got up there, let's see how we want to use these. Let's see. I'm going to set those gems to the side because I'm not much of a gem kind of person. I love all these water things and I feel like we need to use those because those are cool. Okay, so if we had water, what could we incorporate with that? Keeping cool. And maybe the beach ball. And like that. And I'm thinking that would go better kind of right there. But I want something maybe up there. Let me stick this to my pants so that I can get some of the sticky off. Have you ever done that? Stuck it to something that has a lot of lint so that you can get some lint on the back of your sticker. Another way of getting some of the sticky off is to just add, like dust it with some powder or cornstarch or something to kind of make it so that it's not so sticky. Apparently my dryer is doing a much better job than I expected because I'm not getting very much lint off on this. Well, all right. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and lift this up off the page somewhat because I don't want to have it stick to photos. See, there's going to be a photo that's going to go under there, and I don't want it to stick. So I'm going to put some foam squares here that I'm not going to take the backing off of so that it'll stay lifted off the page without sticking to the photos that I eventually am going to put on the page, right? So I am going to take the backing off of these that are higher because they won't interfere with a photo. But these that are lower definitely will interfere with a photo. So they are not going to have any backing. Cool. Okay. Whoa. All right. And now we've got this cool sticker right here that's purple that also has water, which is awesome. We're going to put this one in another spot. So let's see, maybe with the donut. Kind of like that. Get some adhesive. Stick that to the back. And again, since I have purple, so much purple on this side, I want to add this kind of over here to this side. So I'm going to put it more in the middle. Put it more kind of right in here, but I don't want it to interfere with the photo that's going to go here. So I'm just going to try to get some of that sticky off. Never thought I would be sad that my dryer was super efficient, right? All right, so that'll work fairly well. Okay, then we're gonna add some, just like we did before, some foam squares up in this area that will keep it lifted up without sticking it down, because we don't want it to stick down onto the photos. I want this to go here, and even that one is not gonna be stuck down. Okay, just checking. Okay, so I'm gonna add this one and this one and this one, and these three I am gonna take the backing off of so that they stick down. Okay, so we're going to go just like so. That way we can still have a photo in here, and we're not covering too much of it up. Now let's see, we'll probably do the SPF and the sunglasses and the bag, because Mom always has a bag of all kinds of goodies, right? All kinds of necessary items when you go to the pool or the beach. Just sunglasses. And we'll add this guy kind of right here in the middle. And we'll go ahead and pop him up too. Okay, let's double check and see if he's going to interfere with any photos. I think he'll be okay because we'll just be kind of right on the verge, but it'll be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of those sticky sticky covers off, foam square covers off. There we go. And we'll just stick that kind of right in here. And you know what I'm noticing as I'm sticking this down? I'm remembering that I did not adhere the journal box. So I'm just gonna pop or hold that up and just stick some repositionable adhesive underneath that guy to kind of hold him in place. Okay, well, I think we are good to go with this layout. What do you think? I think it's perfect for summer vacation photos. So hopefully you have some summer vacation photos that will work well with this layout. And I just love the vibrant colors and the life you can feel going on with this layout. So looking forward to getting some photos on there. And yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't, please make sure you go ahead and do that. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until next time, have many more creative moments, and I'll see you then.